We are going to put together the sides of a box. The first thing that we want to do, I've already cut my box sides, and I am going to, and I've ground them and I've foiled them, so that part's already done. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tin the copper foil. That's just simply putting down a very thin layer of solder on the edges. I am using a Hakko 601 iron. I'm using gel flux, and I'm using 60/40 solder. Okay, so I've done this side. I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna tin the other side. Same thing. Some flux. And clean my iron. And I am just going to tin it. I'm using the flat side of my iron tip. And you can do this pretty quickly. You're not trying to build up a bead. You're just trying to cover everything with the solder. Cover the copper foil with the solder. So there we go. Now I'm going to put on my oven mitt, and I'm going to do these outside edges. I do the front and the back edges first, because it tends to hold the solder on these outside edges better if I do that. Okay, all the way around. Doesn't take much flux. As you can see, I'm using a Q-tip. I didn't even add any solder to my iron, just using the solder that's on my iron. Here we go. Get a little bit of solder and just tin it. All I'm doing is covering it. One more side. Okay. Now the next step is I am going to clean this. I'm going to clean it with Quick Clean before I put it together. So I'm just going to get a little bit of Quick Clean right here on this cloth. This is what I'm using, Quick Clean. I'm going to spray it, and I'm going to wipe it down just to get any residue or dirt from the flux and the solder off. Get it wiped off really good. And this right here is where some solder got on the glass. It will flake right off. See that? Comes right off. Okay, do this other side. Okay, now this R that's on here is to mark that this is the right side of my box, and that will come off. Okay, sometimes it takes a little scrubbing, but it will come off. It was put on with a paint marker, and I use a paint marker because it doesn't come off in the grinder. So it takes a little work sometimes, but you can get it off. Okay. So now, next step is to put the sides together.